Hello everybody, welcome back for another sketching exercise. I figured that we would do chapter 8 tutorial 2 today. This one looks like a fun one to tackle. So a few things that we're going to do. We're going to be doing some swept boss base, lofted base, boss base, and making some planes. And I'm going to start out in the front plane for the beginning of my sketch. And I'm going to use the circle drawing tool, and I am going to draw a circle that has two circles actually. The first one's going to have a diameter of 45 millimeters, and the second one will have a diameter of 35 millimeters. And then I have a fully defined sketch. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the right plane. I'll exit out of this sketch. I'll go to the right plane. I'm going to flip that around. And then what I'm going to do is go to my line drawing tool. And I'm going to click on the origin. And I'm going to draw out about 30 millimeters. And then I am going to do an arc with a radius of 50 millimeters. We'll just come out here. We'll get something close. It doesn't really, at this point, doesn't really matter too much. We just want to get close to it. Say right about there. And then I'm going to go into a straight line, and I'm going to make that about 40 millimeters. Right there. And then right click and select. And then we can go ahead and start dimensioning everything. So this is going to be a radius of 50 millimeters. And this will have a length of 90 millimeters. And this will have a length of 40. Right now, exit out of here. So what we're going to do is make that tangent to there. And we'll make this horizontal. And that one vertical. And we should have everything that we need now with that. I'll mention that one more time. We're at 40, so that's good. So we're just going to come up here and we'll just define it and see what that does for us. Oh, man, look at that. I'm going too fast, and then I realized why it would not fully define for me, because we did not have a dimension here. Look at that. All right, so now we're good to go. And we are ready to do, from here, a swept boss base. So we're going to use sketch 2, which is our profile, or not our profile, but our path that it's going to use. And then for our path, we're going to use that one right there. And then we'll hit a green check mark, and you see that we have our first part of this header pipe. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back into the front plane. I'm going to click on the front plane and make it normal to, but we're going to do reference plane right here, and this one is going to be 80 millimeters out. And if we rotate this around, we're going to see that it's going to be right in line with the center point of that pipe right there. So I'll hit my green check mark. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a sketch in that plane. And what I'll do here is I'm going to do an arc in here. We'll just do a, I think we can do a center point arc on that one. And what I'll do is I'm going to come up to the center point of this line, and you'll see how it gives me that little icon right there. I'm just going to come out to here, And I'll come out over here to do my arc. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Now that I'm thinking about it, we're going to do a 3-point arc here. Here, and then we'll just come over here and then come out to right about there. That looks about right. And I can dimension this right now. We'll make it 60 right there. And then we'll add a relation to here. Well, we'll do a relation to our point here. We're going to make that horizontal. All right, now we're going to do a line, straight line. And some of this will change out here in a minute as we do this. It's going to look a little bit funky, but I'm going to draw a line, and I'm going to come down at an angle. And I want to be approximately 340 millimeters. And then I'm going to come back at an angle here to get into my radius tool. And I'm going to do another radius of about 60. And I'll click on there to get out of that. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make these two lines, or that line and that arc, tangent to each other. And then I'm going to do some dimensioning here. So from this point to this point, we want to be 130 millimeters. Oops, and that messed up a little bit for us there. So let's see what we can do on that. And then this, come in here. We're going to do a radius of 60. And then we need a length here of, get that out there, 340 right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in here because I need to get to, let me get out of that real quick. Move that out of the way. There we go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to dimension this right here, and that is going to be 25 millimeters. All right. So now you see that I have a fully defined sketch and I have my first part in here. So what are we going to do next? Well, we're going to do another swept boss base. And I have my guide path. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that. And I'll hit my green check mark. And I have my first part here. Pretty cool, huh? I think so. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the top plane. Well, I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to click on it, but I want to do another reference plane. And I'm going to change the offset because I want to be down here. And I'm going to make that 90 millimeters. And I'll hit my green check mark. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into open a sketch on this plane. I'm also going to hide that plane because it gets in the way. And what I will do here, if you will excuse me, I'm going to draw myself 3 circles like so. And then I'm going to click on, hold control, click on the other 2. I'm going to make them equal. And then I'm going to dimension them to 45, like so. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to dimension that to from here to be 80 millimeters. And then I will dimension here to 90 and here to 90 and here to 90 as well. And give me a second here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and this one, take the center point here and the center point here. I'm going to give it a horizontal relation, and then I'm going to click on this one and this one. I'll also give that a horizontal relation. That locks everything into place. You see that I have my sketch here, like so. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to do an extruded base boss or boss base. I'm going to change direction and I'm going to bring it up to surface. And I'm just going to click on that surface right there. And it connects the pipes. So now I will open a sketch on this first one right here. I'm going to just click on it right there until I get my center point. Bring that out. I'll do the same thing here. And then I'll do the same thing here. Hold down Control. Going to make this. All three of those, going to make those equal. And then we'll dimension the first one to 35. Like so. And then we will do an extruded cut. And we're going to say up to a surface. And I'm just going to rotate this around. I'm going to click that surface. And like so. And you can see that it cut through down there. All the way through. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open another sketch on this plane. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert that. I'm going to convert that. I will convert that. Convert that. Convert that. And convert that. So now I have that sketch. Now what I can do is I can go to my features. I can do another swept boss base. And then what I'm going to do in my feature manager tree here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this sketch and I'm going to find this line that we drew for my guideline. And then I'm going to hit my green check mark. And we are done. Let's go ahead and hide that plane so we can look at our handiwork here. Looking pretty good. I like it. So here we're going to go ahead and save this as Chapter 8, Tutorial 2. Chapter 8. Tutorial 2. It's now saved. We're done. And we're good to go. All right. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below, or you can catch me in class. Hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.